What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you for stopping in. Today I have a fun one for you. We are taking a look at some of the knives I am most thankful for. I went through my entire collection today, and I think I have a very cool list for you. I also have a gear I'm most thankful for list coming up as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Speaking of which, if you like knives and EDC, you're in the right spot. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I release daily videos, and hit the thumbs up button. That helps push this video to more people. Let us know what you are carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. So we're going to kick this video off with none other than the 8020 from Demco. We are looking at 3V steel with a stone-washed clip point blade. We have a nice large cutout there for deployment. We have the shark lock for our locking mechanism. We have diamond textured titanium. This is a USA made knife, and this thing is built like an absolute tank. I did put a Lynch Northwest deep carry titanium clip on this feller. And this is just, this is the pinnacle of my collection. Once I got this knife, my want and need to get different knives kind of slowed down quite a bit, and something that I wanted as a grail, which was this knife, hasn't really, there's nothing that's replaced this as, the knife I just need to have. This is the one for years that I just needed to have, and I finally have it. And not that the drive is gone or anything like that. The collector is still much alive in me. It's just I don't have that one at the top of the totem pole, right, that I just have to have. But this just speaks for itself. A piece of American-made muscle right here, and it's just one of my favorite knives. This will never leave my collection, and this list is not made up necessarily of knives that are just full utility or just full awesome or design. It's a mixture of all kinds of stuff that I'm just very thankful for to have in my collection. So we had my grail knife with the 8020. Now we have my favorite knife company, and any knife could pretty much sit here, but we have the Bowie Pulse from EMP EDC. This fit the bill because it's also an auto, and how cool is it that we get to experience knives like this at this price point? I mean, they are obtainable. They might be a little bit more than you want to spend, but they're there, and they are awesome, and you can get them. And I think EMP actually just either released a bunch of autos, or they will be releasing a bunch of autos. I'll link his website and all the knives that I can. Not that everything will be available, but some of the stuff is available, some of it isn't. But we do have aluminum that's fragged. We have a tie clip, a tie switch. I believe Best Tech is the one OEMing the parts for these, and then John assembles everything himself in-house at home. We have a Bowie Magna-Cut blade that is absolutely beautiful and a great knife for just EDC daily use. Love EMP EDC. I love autos. Definitely thankful for autos and designers like John and companies like EMP EDC. Next up, this knife is a little bit newer to me, but I can't put it down. It is such a crazy ass knife. That's why I love this thing. That's why I'm thankful for designs and knives like this. This is the Katuo Yakuza, and we're looking at M390. We have this tall, dull ground, tanto, crazy blade shape. I don't even know what it's called. We have a cutout that runs into this fuller here, and then a front flipper that's kind of a front flipper. I don't know if that's what it was designed for. We have a full titanium backspacer with gearing and integrated lanyard hole there. We have some very, very well done copper infused carbon fiber titanium bolsters. This is a titanium bolster lock, and we do have a very nice milled titanium pocket clip. It's not the materials or whatever that makes this knife. It's specifically the design, and there's just something about unique, cool knives like this that I will always love. I've always loved big, crazy knives like this. And I can tell you one thing, it definitely will get the job done. Next up, we have the Remet Peregrine Falcon. And this is my favorite lock by far that has come out in the last couple of years. This pivot lock that Remet has done here with the Remet Peregrine Falcon, it is amazing. I just love it. It's robust. So far, it's very robust. It's a pivot. It's a button actuated pivot liner lock. So you are actually moving that liner over with that pivot, but you can still get in there and disengage it with the liner. So not only do you have multiple ways to open this thing if you're into fidgeting and that sort of thing, you got the fuller into the cutout, and you have the front flipper there that you can do all the fun front flipper things your little heart desires. But you have two ways to disengage this thing. So if you want to go back to the old school liner lock, you can easily do that. Or if you're ready to switch it up to the new school, you can push that pivot in and boom, your blade will drop like a sack of potatoes, nice and clean. Love that action. I'm a huge fan of these pivot locks, and this is the best one that I've experienced yet. Titanium backspacer, milled tie clip, flame anode titanium collars. And not that there's a ton of examples to go off of right now, but the pivot lock is just one of my favorite. It's so easy and intuitive. You don't have to really move your hand at all to open this, make your cut, and then close it. It's literally minimal movements to the point where you're barely doing anything at all with your hands. It doesn't take or require any effort, and I just love the innovation into these new locks. I like this futuristic looking design, M390 with a Tanto blade, and we have this kind of blasted finish. They have their own name for it, but it looks really good, especially when it's cleaned up, and it does have a secondary lock to prevent you from pushing that button in. It's extremely comfortable as well. Not only is it fun and fidgety and look good and all that sort of stuff, but it's comfortable, and so far it cuts very well. And like I said, that lock seems to be very durable. Next up, we got the Off-Grid Knives Mamba V3, and this just speaks for itself. Look at this thing. It is beautiful. It is monstrous. Love it. MagnaCut, Best Tech OEM. Off-Grid's a fantastic company. Beautiful modified sheep's foot blade. We have a flipper tab for deployment that is done extremely well. We have chainsaw jimping, as I call it, and that works really good for the gloved and ungloved hand. We have this honeycomb titanium. We have a deep carry titanium clip that's recessed there into the scales. And then we do have the option to carry this lefty with a filler tab, keeping that clean aesthetic across the board. Just a very beautiful design, and it is an absolute monster in the hand. But it's fairly, for as big as this thing is, it's fairly nimble to move around. It's not overly heavy. They did enough weight relief in there that this thing just feels amazing in hand. This is their big 2024 release. It just happened a couple months back, and it is a phenomenal knife from Off-Grid. Next up, we have American Blade Works, and just the company itself. We're talking a USA-made company, US people, Americans, obviously, just a husband and a wife out in the garage, just killing it. We're talking MagnaCut 64 to 65 on the HRC. We have a beautiful Wharncliffe blade. This one has 3D milling all the way around. We have a carbon fiber inlay. Fantastic work all the way around. We have micro milling done in the handle, geared titanium backspacer, milled tie clip, incredibly good action all the way around. The ergos, this thing is just amazing, and these come in at a fantastic price tag as well, depending on which version you get. But you can get a micarta and MagnaCut USA made knife for around $220, $230 from American Blade Works. It is some of the best value in the entire world when it comes to pocket knives. American Blade Works is the top tier, highest value in my opinion for, you know, what you're spending your money on and what you get in return. That is the threshold right there at like $230 for properly done MagnaCut and micarta. You know, you pay about an extra $100 to get the titanium and carbon fiber, which is completely acceptable in my opinion. I think it goes up to like three something, low threes with the titanium and carbon fiber mixture there. But American Blade Works, fantastic people, fantastic knives. Definitely worth checking out if you can get your hands on one. Next up, we got the Microtech stitch. I mean, I don't need to say anything else. This is badass. This is awesome. This is, you know, it goes back to kind of like the Yakuza and everything else. Look at this design. This is awesome. USA made, Microtech, M390, fluted aluminum. We have a titanium switch and backspacer, deep carry clip there. We have an integrated lanyard hole into the backspacer. Fantastic, fantastic pocket knife. And look at the size of this damn thing. It is a freaking monster. When you look at it on a retailer's website or something like that, and if you don't look at the specs of this thing, you don't think it's quite this big. But if I don't even choke up, not even to the top of the aluminum, I still can get all four of my fingers on here, and I wear an XL glove. So that just tells you how massive this pocket knife is right here. And it is pokey, it is slicey. I absolutely love this thing. Microtech stitch. Next up, we got the Daily Carry Co. Tie Slide V2 right here. Love gravity knives. M390, we have a satin tanto blade, full titanium handle, fully enclosed, and the handle is held together there by magnets. We have a milled titanium pocket clip. I love these because they are extremely comfortable. Blade geometry, not the best, right? Because of how short it has to be, how short the blade has to be. But one thing that these types of knives and autos have in common is the handle is completely enclosed, and you don't have an open spine, you don't have an open face to deal with. It is extremely, extremely comfortable. And then with the right design pocket clip, you don't feel anything in your hand. It's just very comfortable. This thing is pokey, stabby, and for what it's worth, it cuts pretty good. I mean, it's a thick boy. And that's, you know, they designed it to be a little bit overbuilt. This isn't meant to be, you know, a utility knife per se. But for what it is, it cuts very well. And just look at that. And look at that. The ability to use gravity. I know they're not legal everywhere, and I know they're not for everyone, and that's okay. But for the people who love gravity knives or, you know, have always been interested in picking up a gravity knife, you can get a high quality, very affordable one from Daily Carry Co. for the materials and build quality that you're going to be getting. Love the tie slide. I love gravity knives, and this is a good one. Good mid-size length and just extremely comfortable and extremely fun. And if you really want to piss people off, get a gravity knife and just mess around with it for a couple of minutes. Next up, we got the Brian Brown Raptor version 2 DLT exclusive. This was essentially a gift from Ashley. She absolutely nailed it. We have M390 on that clip point blade with a beautiful satin finish. We have dual thumb studs here for the deployment and the detent, the action. is absolutely insane. Riot OEM. And then we do have a very nice carbon fiber inlay. And then I took it upon myself to throw a full Zircuti kit on here. So the pivot collars, both sides, pocket clip, and backspacer are all Zircuti. It really ties this knife together. And then the handle actually has a wash, a gold wash to it. Very, very nice knife, and I love the Raptor. Very comfortable in hand. The handle is a little skinny to do like real robust work with, but I don't know, why you'd buy a Raptor and, try to baton it through a tree. This is a EDC knife, but love the Raptor V2 here. I love Brian Brown. He is a design wizard over there. And then him combined with Riot, perfect recipe for some beautiful knives. But definitely thankful for Ashley, Brian Brown, and Riot. Next up, this one kills quite a few birds with one stone as well. We have the Spyderco Shaman S30V standard version, G10 handle, and then a Lynch Northwest deep carry clip. This was a gift from a good buddy of mine, he who shall not be named, but this is the first Shaman I ever got to handle. I had said so many times that I wanted a Shaman that he finally got sick of hearing me say that, and he got me one at Blade Show and got me a little pin with it as well. I'm just kidding about being annoyed, but awesome gift, and this became my favorite Spyderco ever. The PM2 Warncliffe held that spot, but the Shaman is just a different animal. If you've never handled a Shaman, I highly recommend checking one out. It might not be for you, but it sure as hell could be for you. Incredibly good action. You have the compression lock from Spyderco, which is amazingly robust and very easy to manipulate, especially if you're right-handed. And then the thumb and reverse flick off that Spidey hole is amazing. And then if you get skilled enough, you can front flip it with that jimping. Although it's not meant for that, you can do it with enough practice, of course. Spyderco Shaman, though, that is going to never leave my collection either, and is my favorite Spyderco of all time. That'll wrap this one up. Let me know which one was your favorite, and let me know what knives you're thankful for that you have in your collection. I hope that one was entertaining. Like I said, I will try to link everything I can that's available down below. Some of it is, some of it isn't, and that I cannot help. Keep your eyes out for the gear I'm thankful for video. That is also going to be coming up very soon. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. I always appreciate that. Helps push this out there to so many more people. If you're new to the channel, I release daily knife and EDC content just like this. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and ring that bell. That'll notify you anytime I release new content. I'll put up a couple of new videos on your screen. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.